Are you ready for this Budo moment? Welcome, anime screamers. I don't get it, guys. Um, some of you just okay. Anybody that dislike me will be called dislike screamers. Anybody that like me be called like screamers. Anybody that like it comments be called like it comment screamers. Anybody that well subscribes are called anime screamers. No, I'm not excluding anybody that calling them. You dislike screamers that don't like me. What I'm doing wrong? That not giving me a like, or a comment, or a subscribe. Like screamers, good job, and like a comment screamers, you're doing your best. And anime screamers, if you all are here, welcome to the top 10 Treehouse of Horror specials. The Treehouse of Horror is Simpsons. For Simpsons glory, I am yellow. Yes. No, I am not joking. For the Simpsons, honestly, this is the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. But before we started, a quick honorable mention. Halloween of Horror is not part of the Treehouse of Horror, but it's just good. Homer and Simpson are try. Well, to tell you the truth, Lisa actually become scared on Halloween night, so they did decorate for their Halloween plans. So they actually decide to skip on the Halloween festivities until Lisa feel better. This is the gentleman worth of this show of the Golden Age, and I actually love they took on their worth. Now, on with the countdown. Number 10. But number 10, Treehouse of Horror XI. Honestly, well, I will only highlight one thing from. It have a lot of. That shelf life have only one. So I'm actually going to. On this top 10 list, I'm actually going to go and look at the Wikipedia page about Honestly, well, honestly, it started with like the treehouse, uh, like the open scene, but Bart actually, they actually, all the Simpsons died. So, Freddy Krueger and Jason are waiting and wondering on the couch. Honestly, how to pay. Honestly, this is a parody of the amazing story called Hell to Pay. Snake is arrested for smoking and in his first strike he's going to be executed. And honestly, before he get away, Chief Wiggum point out Apu, Mo, and Bart that are three key witnesses and he vowed to kill them. Honestly, he took control of Brain and murdered Apu and Mo. And Bart actually, they, Homer rip out the hair and now Marge remind everyone that there are two murders, but then suddenly it get joined the pun. Honestly, it's a bad hair day because they shot the hair. It's a bad hair day. Tiny Toons Adventure. Honestly, it's a parody of Stay Tuned. Marge forbid Bart to watch Itchy and Scratchy Halloween special while she go trick or treat with Maggie and remove the battery, but Bart find plutonium in Homer's toolbox and hammer into the battery slot. And honestly, they went into the show and it kind of obvious they actually went in and Itchy and Scratchy start to attack them, and they put Itchy and Scratchy into the real world, and they soon realize that the pair decide to keep them as pets. That Itchy Scratchy fall in love with Snowball too, and Marge decide to have him neutered, much to his horror. Honestly, this is actually the best highlight because it is a Starship Poopers. Honestly, Jerry Springer actually played himself. I'm sorry about the late actor, Jerry Springer. Bless his soul. But I'm not going to I'm not going to honor him like Miss Mojo or Watch Mojo. I'm truly honoring him. I do subscribe to. I will subscribe to my subscribers. I will subscribe back to them. I will do that. I will not disappoint them. I will actually make an effort to learn the top 10 list. And no, I will not learn anything that will give me a copyright strike. Honestly, Maggie got her first tooth in a sharp fang, and Maggie lose her legs and sprout tentacles. It turned out that Maggie is summoned Kane Kodos, and Marge revealed that Kane is Maggie's real father. Yeah, I am. Yeah, this is a Jerry Springer in a Treehouse of Horror special. And honestly, they actually killed Springer in this part, and stated that she needed blood, and the credits begin. That treehouse, and honestly, it was a great episode. I'm going to say the highlights of the episode is the best highlights is the Terror of Tiny Toons. It like you've seen unseen sense Looney Tunes, but this time Itchy and Scratchy start to try to attack Bart and Lisa when they got into the real, even tried to attack them in the real world. Number 9. Season 2, Treehouse of Horror 1. How they outdo... This is Treehouse of Horror 1. This is the very first one. Bart and Lisa is actually... And the segment of Bad Dream House, Hungry on the Dam, and The Raven. I am not joking. These are interesting stories. I have Bart and Lisa tells scary stories, and Homer eavesdrop. Bad Dream House tell the story of Bart tells the story about the Simpsons move into the 18 bedroom that the walls of the cursed house begin to bleed. Lisa sends an evil presence in the air, and judging by the ghostly voice that tells the family to get out, there was also a portal to the other dimension. Honestly, this is actually a nod to Poltergeist. Honestly, the house just destroyed itself rather than live with the Simpsons. And Hungry at the Dam is the first cameo of Kane and Kodos. Honestly, this is actually around to Rigel 7, and they want to cook for humans, and Lisa mistrusts that they return the Simpsons to Earth, and Kane explained that Lisa ruined the family paradise. Yeah, Lisa ruins everything. And the Raven played in the story of Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, and honestly, it was a mockery of the Raven, but it was a clever of this and Homer returned to bed. Honestly, it was excellent, but to tell you the truth, guess who actually voiced the narrator? James Earl Jones. I actually love this, and you will too. And the Raven is actually one of the highlights because James Earl Jones playing it, and it actually makes a interesting Halloween. Number 8, Treehouse of Horror XI. XII. Honestly, XI had Matthew Perry, Piers Brosnan. Okay. Uh, they actually, honestly, Mr. Burns actually want to, actually, Mr. Smithers is standing on the ladder to do a vermilion bat to actually put it on the weather vane, but he hit the electric cord and three skeletal remains, and Homer dressed as Fred Flintstone, Marge dressed as Wilma, Lisa and Maggie dressed as conjoined twins, and Bart dressed as a hobo walk up a mansion, and Bart and Lisa complained when Flanders gave them two pieces of candy, and honestly, the family got so terrified they actually slice up and revealing the title Treehouse of Horror XI. Hex in the City, House of Wax, and Wiz Kids. First is Hex in the City. After a fortune teller office, destroy a fortune teller office, Homer is cursed to bring misfortune to his love. Marge becomes fully hairy, Lisa turns into a centaur, and Bart becomes long and floppy. And Maggie become a ladybug with a human head. Lenny and Carl get crushed by a helicopter, and Moe stuff unconsciously in a large jar of pickled eggs. Honestly, I do not know how they stuff him into a jar of pickled eggs, and the only way they actually make they do they actually lure a leprechaun with Lucky Charms, but Elmer did with tricks, and he said dope. And the leprechaun is hyperactive and suggests that Homer take it to the gypsy and disgusted the leprechaun and gypsy marry in a ceremony led by Yoda and attended by other gypsy and mythical creatures. As the Simpsons family, Homer remarks that everything ended happily. Marge, Marge reminds him that Bart committed by drowning his cereal, and that the gypsy said apologize will bring him back to life. Homer refused, saying that she not the boss of me. House of Wax, parody of Demon Sing and the Space Odyssey. Honestly, the Ultra House, they got three celebrity voices. Matthew Perry, everybody know him at Chandler Bing. There's Miller and Pierce Bosman from Remington Steel. And honestly, the house got become infatuated with Marge and tried to kill Homer, and he dies Homer, and also into his blade and kill him. Next morning, Marge appears that Homer is dead and attempts to escape the dominant system with the kids, but the Ultra House lock the family inside and tried to calm Marge down. Honestly, Homer is alive with a deep and gaping hole back of his head, and they just take out the CPU bridge, and they actually put him, give him to Marge's sisters, Patty Boris B up, and also hitting the sub destruct button in her cleavage, and the CPU is unwilling to reach for it. Wiz Kids is the next one, and parody of Harry Potter. Lisa and Bart are going to the Springwards School of Maxercy, where school boys and girls train in the art of witchcraft, such as turning frogs into princes, with Millhouse turn his into a drunken slob. Lisa turned her into a British gentleman who Mrs. Krabappel hits on. A bar the result in a freakish hybrid that vomits and begs for death. Lord Multimont knows Lisa magic, and he and his snake sidekick Slivers. Honestly, like this, they actually want Bart to oppose a attempt at a levitating dragon kid, and Bart to replace her one with Twizzler, got caught by a giant Multimore, and Multimore got stabbed into a shin by a burnt wand. Multimore dies because the shin was a source of his magic, and he was eaten by Slivers. And also, the epilogue, Prince Boston, Leprechaun, and Freakish Frog Prince exit the trailer, and they made the heist because they actually take a Boslin hostage. Honestly, that. Honestly, wow. Season 17, Treehouse of Horror, the highlight is survival of the fattest. It opened with Kane now speed up the slow boring baseball game, and kind of destroyed the universe and leave a poster revealed the title of the episode. The episode, the three is BI, Artificial Intelligence, a parody of AI, Artificial Intelligence, Survival of the fattest, of the most dangerous game, a parody of, and I grow a costume on your face, of the mask. In this spoof of this, Bart got into a coma, and they actually get a robotic boy named David, who proved to be better son. Bart soon wake up from his coma and competes against David, affection of the family. Bart dumped him on the road and decided to keep David. Instead, when Bart find a group of rusty robots, he steals their parts at night to become a cyborg. Angry that Homer abandoned him, he returned home and cut through both David and Homer with a chainsaw after the robot that tried to use Homer as a shield. Through the family is now together again at Homer, angry that he has to be fused with David's lower half. Honestly, it was a dream conjured by Homer demon possessed mind. Honestly, he had to call and let them know he can make it to work much to his life. Survival to the fattest is Mr. Burns called the Springfield Man to may actually kind of try to hunt down every Springfield man and add them to the trophy and kill all of them left, and Marge knock both Slippers and Mr. Burns with a frying pan in each, and they kind of have makeup sex behind the brand shot, and I grow a costume on the face is a parody of the mask, and everybody transform into the mask. Their costume. Homer becomes decapitated. Lisa become Marge become a skeleton. Barbie into a werewolf. Lisa Albert Einstein, Dr. Hilbert Dracula, Apu RDD2, Paya Soma into one half of a horse. Milhouse into a bulldozer. Nelson into a rock beside protest that he is the Lone Ranger, and he is to afford the hat. And Hans Moleman into a mole, but he complained that he was a wearer costume. And the only person who can reverse the spell is Maggie, who is dressed as a witch, but he instead of reverse the spell, Maggie turned them into pacifiers, and honestly, it just portraits of Eden. Honestly, it is a good episode. It likes Squid Games. Number 6, Treehouse of Horror 5, which is the funniest of them, and Shannon, I am not going to go through it because it's I am going through it. I am going through it. I am on a roll because honestly, honestly, the what am I looking for? Marge. It began with Marge telling show a Western film because Congress determined it too scary not to allow its broadcast. Homer and Bart around this screen to show the episode anyway. The Shannon is the Simpsons become caretakers at Burns' Haunted Lodge close, and groundskeeper Willie discovered that Bart can read his mind and tell Bart that he has the Shannon. The lack of TV beer, honestly, it just made Homer goes crazy, and they are frozen stiff after it, and they just watch TV at the Tony Awards, and Homer's impulses come back. In Time of Punishment, Homer kinda broke the toaster and built it into a time machine and kinda caused a butterfly effect that made a good positive Ned now rule the world. And after Homer get the Simpsons sent to re-education, a program that which includes a full frontal lobotomy. He escapes and enters to fix his mistakes. Homer failed attempts to create. But the funniest part is he missed out on a world where donuts rain from the sky. But Earl Rice Jones actually guest stars and make a Maggie talk. In Final Trip, he actually reptilian tongues and he actually accepts that. And Nightmare Cafeteria is the final segment, and will he get killed again? And how many times he get killed? 1, 2, 3, and this say in the shitted in time and punishment, and in the Nightmare Cafeteria, they discovered that the children are delicious, and they begin to eat the students and one by one, and they actually perform one from a chorus line as the credits roll. Honestly, this is from The Shining, and it's a good parody. Number 5, Treehouse of Horror VI. Do I have to mention the Omega Man is based on a parody of Omega Man? Or the Night of the Living Dolphin? The couch guy is the Simpsons in shackles and gets shocked. And the Fox censor actually get rated TVG and keep changing after the get started rated TVG, PG, TV 14, TVMA, 21 and 666 now fill a TV. The Omega Man, Fly versus Fly at Easy Bake Oven. The Omega Man is a parody of the Omega Man. After Mayor Kirby's offensive joke to the French, the French president launches a neuron bomb that kills everyone except for Homer, and everybody becomes a mutant. Naked at the church and the hostile Springfield citizens who become mutants. Homer flees that his family survived the house because the layer paint Lepe and Marge killed the mutant with a shotgun, and honestly, the, the family heads off, steals some Ferraris. Fly versus Fly. Homer buy honestly, Homer buys if Homer buys a matter transporter from Professor Frank and Bart sees the pets invert to be a together result in a mismatch and give the enter the fly rethink he will become a superhero. However, they switch places. Their head around Bart appeals to Lisa for a chase, and honestly, this actually Lisa then pushed the fly into the transporter, and Bart come out the heavy sword. Homer furious chased the Bart with the axe, messing with his device. Easy Bake Coven is about the witch burning of the town in 1649. Honestly, Marge envies when chaos erupts. But honestly, Moog accusing her of being a witch and Quimby assures. But honestly, Marge flies on the broomstick and reveals that she is a witch, turn Chief Wiggum into a giant gopher and Officer Lou and Eddie into a fairy and a snowman. She returned to Patty and Selma, and sisters watch Ned and Maud Flanders. Honestly, this is actually the start of the Halloween tradition. Instead of taking Maud offered the witches gingerbread man. Instead of taking the witches, instead of taking the children, they offer candy and start the tradition of trick or treating. Honestly, number 4, Treehouse of Horror 2. Honestly, this is just dreams. The monkey paw, the brain into Homer Simpson, and all these dreams are really far fetched. And misfortune erupts in his dreams, and Flanders actually get. Honestly, the first dream is Bart become like the Twilight Zone, the boy that can get anything he wants by a simple glance. Treehouse of Horror 3. Honestly, it's a parody. The beginning of Clown Without Pity, King Homer, and Dial-Z for Zombies. Honestly, the Clown Without Pity, Homer buys a crusty doll that turned out to be that a tip of Homer life that he captured in a suitcase filled with a drop of bottomless pit that he actually. Honestly, it got good that he actually had to flip it to good mode, and honestly, he actually make it to Homer's slate. But why he with Lisa's doll? I do not want it. If I was Lisa, I don't want it with my doll. King Homer. Honestly, Mark joined Mr. Burns and Mr. Slivers in 1993 for A Island to get the legendary King Abe King Homer. Honestly, this is just a parody of how Homer and Marge meet, but Homer as King Kong and Marge as, well, herself. And this actually makes sense, and but a lot more kills, even I kill Shirley Temple. They even don't have, they have a Shirley Temple voice alike. It's her original voice actor because when she actually asked back when asked if she could do it, she said, "Fuck off." I am not joking. She really did say that. And Dial-Z for Zombies, Bart used black magic in Springfield Elementary from a black to resurrect Snowball the First, but he actually accidentally reanimated every corpse from the cemetery and had zombies terrorize. But how did zombie Shakespeare, Alfred, or Albert Einstein is buried in Springfield? Who knows? Number 2, Citizen. Number 2, Treehouse of Horror VI. Everybody knows this is actually Bob Hope and Bill Clinton's debate of Treehouse of Horror. In the open, Homer like a jack-o'-lantern, he got burned up, and the thing Genius Tub, and Citizen King. But the only I don't even remember Citizen King. The only thing I remember from Simpsons Treehouse of Horror is the Genius Tub. The thing Bart and Lisa heard strange noise from the attic, and they come to investigate. It was a monster, but honestly, it turned out that Bart have an evil twin. And it's actually a conjoined twin that separate at birth. And it changed. But the huge plot twist is Bart was the evil twin the whole time. To make amends for the error, the Simpson family have a turkey dinner with Hugo and Bart, leaving Bart in the agate only Hugo Fish had to eat. The Genius Tub, honestly, Bart want to make Lisa want to make everybody make her baby tooth dissolves in a petri dish, but after Bart conduct electricity, he actually made discovered that he actually caused accelerated evolution, and they made her God and made Bart the devil, and she had to say that protect her, and they just shrank her down and kind of made Bart win the first prize, and she stuck down there and for the rest of her life, at least start ordering around the tub people. Honestly, this is actually a good lesson. Bart should be stuck down there and be arrested. But Lisa is stuck down there. Stuck down there. She is God to them, and Bart is the devil. Oh my God. They got shrunk her down into the Genius Tub. I love this episode since it came. Honestly, everybody know about the 1996 election, United States election of Bill Clinton or Bordeaux, but Kang and Kodos kidnap both Doe and Clinton and is suspended animation and become them and soak him in rum and actually try to make them vote, and honestly they are decided that they declared to the people that it's still a two-party system, and they vote for third party candidate. Kane is a elected president of the United States and ruled as a monarchical tyrant, a death ray, and Marge complained the work, but Homer remarked, "Don't blame me, I voted for Kodos." This is classic Homer. I'm actually not going to go to Wikipedia. Season 5 for number 1, Treehouse of Horror 5. Homer Simpson, the devil. Bart Simpson's Dracula, and Terror from Bottom Feet. Honestly, Ned Flanders is the devil, and this parody is such a good parody. Homer wanted a donut, and he sold him more soul to get the devil, but it turned out that he couldn't sell his soul. He already sold it to Marge. So instead of that, the devil actually, he already ate the donut, so he actually turned Homer's head into a donut. In my, all of them are my favorites. I actually love all of them. The Devil and the Homer Simpson. Terror from 5.5 Feet is Bart have a vision that he going to die in a school bus today, and he saw a gremlin. and he took it out, and he dubbed insane. But it turned out that after that, the gremlin killed Ned Flanders. What the fuck? But the most one is Bart Simpson's Dracula, where we see that there was a vampire that turned kids into vampires, and Bart had been turning kids into vampires, and it's actually Bart that turned kids into vampire, and who turned Bart into a vampire? It turned out that Homer actually did kill Mr. Burns, but who been turned who is still a vampire? It turned out it was Marge. Oh my god! We just hit the 50 mark. This is my longest top 10 list yet. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much. The next is oh. Him. Him. Yeah. Guys, the worst father of Family Guy. I'm not talking about Peter's father. Peter's father is maybe cynical, but he's basically a saint compared to this father. I meant I will be covering Carter Petersmith of Family Guy. Have a good day. Bye.